welcome to the 2022 Denver Broncos schedule prediction. We all know what the Denver Broncos did this offseason. We know they got Mr. Unlimited, Russell Wilson, the new franchise quarterback. They got a new head coach. Hell, they got a new ownership. They got everything is brand new in Denver. But one thing it is, though, this organization is already a standard organization of excellence, and I anticipate excellent returning in the Mile High, baby. So we're going to start with week 1 with the Russell Wilson-led Denver Broncos travel to the former home of Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks, who are obviously rebuilding and tanking this season. So Russ, this is going to be an emotional game. It's going to be the first game ever coming on from the other side of the locker room. So it's going to be an emotional game, especially the game being in Seattle. So that's an added element of emotion. So with that said, I anticipate a very close game for both parties, for Russell Wilson and for the Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be a closer game than anticipated, but I see the Denver Broncos pulling it out because that's what Russell Wilson does, man. He always pull it out at the end because he's that clutch. So I anticipate the Broncos to win a field goal ball game, man. I think it's going to be an emotional field goal ball game. Russell Wilson leading the Broncos on a last-minute drive, man. Broncos open this season 1-0. Week number 2, home opener, Russell Wilson. Let's ride. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be talking about, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Yeah, you're going to hear all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Week number 2, and they're going to be riding all over the Texans, man. Look for Russell Wilson to have a big day, man. Either by 4 touchdowns, a bunch of one of those, you know what I'm saying, over 350 yards passing, man. The Broncos are going to eat up on the Texans in Mile High, baby. Well, what's the Broncos going to open the season? 2-0. Week 3, they host the San Francisco 49ers. And you can look at it, man. Historically, Russell Wilson eats the 49ers, man. And I see the Russell Wilson continue to eat the 49ers, man. I mean, he just has a way of he just know how to play against the 49ers. And I think that's going to be the edge. And I think the Broncos are going to win another battle. This is going to be a physical ball game, man. But I think the deciding factor is Russell Wilson. Look for the Broncos to start out the season 3-0. Week number 4, they travel to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. And this is when you guys are going to start seeing a little bit of the weakness as far as the Broncos team, man. I think they're a little bit light in the ass as far as the defensive line unit. No, they got pass rushers in Randy Gregory, Bradley Chubb, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as the interior linemen and as far as like a thumper, as far as the middle linebacker. So I think they're a little bit light in the ass in the middle part of the situation. And the Raiders are very hefty. You know what I'm saying? They're a big, strong, physical team as far as the offensive line, and that's really going to show. You're going to see the Broncos, you know, by the fourth quarter, should just wear down the Broncos. You're going to see the Raiders just lean on Randy Gregory, just lean on Brad, just lean on the D-line for the Denver Broncos, and I anticipate that to be the reason why the Broncos will lose their first game of the season on the road at Vegas. Week number 5, they come back home against the Colts. Russell Wilson historically always do well against the Colts. Hell, I'm thinking the Russell Wilson era, man. I've not seen it. I mean, you guys can stat check me, but I know in the last 2-3 years they play the Colts, they always beat the Colts. I've seen that with my own eyes because I'm out here in Seattle. So Russell Wilson owns the Colts. I don't think that's going to change. The Colts are not going to do. They're going to be a very competitive team. They're going to be a very good team. But at the end of the day, man, I'm Matt Ryan and Mile High, man. You know Matt Ryan is sharp. Matt Ryan is he's a sharp fighter. So I anticipate the Denver Broncos to handle business against the very feisty defensive Indianapolis Colts. Week number 6, they travel to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. I love this, man. Obviously, I'm not a big Brandon Staley fan. I love everything about the Chargers except Brandon Staley. And I think the way their roster is built and situated, because they don't really have because Russell Wilson don't have problems as far as defensive end. That's not his issue. He could manage against edge rushers, but I think when you see more pressure up the front, that's why Aaron Donald gave him so much issues. I don't think the Chargers got that. They got edge rushers, but I don't think they have the personnel grouping to really cause Russell Wilson, as much troubles or much challenge, I say, per se, than a team like the Los Angeles Rams. So with that said, I anticipate Russell Wilson to do what he do, man, in La La Land. You know, when the light is bright, that's when he shines the most, and he's going to outshine Justin Herbert, man. W for the Denver Broncos. Week number 7, travel again home and hosting the New York Jets. I think the Jets are going to be reeling, man. I don't really think much about the Jets. I don't know if they have the quarterback. I don't know if they have the head coach. I know they got the GM, but if you don't have the quarterback in place, you don't have the head coach in place, they got pieces in place as far as roster wise, but I just think it's pieces. They're not going to all be put together this season. So look for the Broncos to win this game mighty handily against the New York Football Jets. Week number 8, they travel to Jacksonville in the game right before the bye week. This is going to be a tricky game because I really love the Jags. I like the way the Jags are built up, especially up front, how they could bring pressure, especially up the middle. And I think that's what caused problems for Russell Wilson. So look for the Denver Broncos to go to Jacksonville. Duval and Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence to give them a beatdown. This is going to be one of those games that you want to throw away the tape, man. I don't like this matchup at all in this situation. I just think the Jags in Duval, especially with that weather situation, you're going to be traveling to that Florida heat. I'm talking about it's not a good situation. Look for the Broncos to be very sloppy heading into the bye week and taking the L in Jacksonville against the Jags. Week number 10, they travel to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. Once again, I think by this time we kind of know the strength and weaknesses of the roster of the team. You're going to see the team is not very strong as far as I'm talking about. I mentioned them being light in the ass up front in the front 4 and basically the front 7, to be honest with y'all. I think that's going to be a fact because the Titans, we know they're a power team, and I anticipate them to be very powerful against a light-waisted or light box, or maybe let me say light in the ass defensive line unit who bases more on quickness. The Broncos are more quickness and power, and I think that's going to be the reason why they lose to the Tennessee Titans, because the Titans are going to be more powerful and they're going to lean just like the Raiders. This is going to lean on the defensive line, and I think that's going to wear the Broncos down. And I see the Tennessee Titans defeating the Broncos after the bye in week number 10. Week 11 against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this is going to be a Russell Wilson game. It's like now they already seen the Raiders. They've seen how to move. They kind of have an idea of how to move. So I anticipate a lot of adjustment with this. And I think you're going to see more of a heavy box. You're going to see more heavy box play for as far as defensively, more heavy defensive lineman approach. And then you're also going to see a little bit more wide open as far as offense. I think they're going to outscore the Raiders. I don't think they could outrun the Raiders because the Raiders are going to be more powerful. I see the Broncos coming with a different game plan and opening the offense and just getting more bigger defensive players as far as on the field, personnel grouping for the defensive side. So with that said, the Broncos could get a W as far as the second time when they play against the Vegas Raiders, man. So look for week 11 for the Denver Broncos to have a W. Week 12, they travel to Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a W for the Broncos. Not much to say. The Panthers are going to be one of the worst teams in football. The Broncos are going to be one of the best teams in football. So you can see what that means. It means it's going to be a W for the Denver Broncos. Week 13, they travel to Baltimore to play the Baltimore Ravens, who I believe is also one of the top-tier teams in the AFC. So it's going to be tough. It's always tough playing in Baltimore, man. Like on the road, especially late in the season, the crowd in Baltimore. It's just something, that atmosphere in Baltimore. And you know John Harbaugh is going to get those guys ready. And at the end of the day, I think, once again, it's the heaviness of the offensive line unit of the Baltimore Ravens, the power unit going against the quicker, faster unit of the Denver Broncos defensive line unit. And on the road, it's probably weather situation is going to be wet. I anticipate the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. The Broncos to lose a road game in Bmore. Week 14, they host the owner of the AFC West Division, basically, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is going to be a big game. It's going to be one of the biggest games for the Denver Broncos as far as regular season-wise this season. I anticipate Russell Wilson, because this is the reason why they got Russell Wilson, is to play against the Chiefs, against the Patrick Mahomes. I'm talking about arms for arms, race for race. That's why they went and got Russell. And I anticipate this week right here, the Denver Broncos going to play one of their best games collectively. And then that's going to, because they're going to need it. And I see them beating the Kansas City Chiefs week number 14 at home, man. So Denver Broncos week 14 will beat the Chiefs, and obviously going to be one of the close battle, probably a field goal make, a field goal miss here and there, but either way, the Broncos will come out victorious. Week number 15 against Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. When it gets late in the season, you know what I'm saying, especially in Mile High, the weather situation, the Cardinals, they're a cute team. You know what I'm saying? Cliff Kingsbury's cute. He makes a lot of cute plays. You know, this is just a cute offense. Kyler Murray's quick. You know what I'm saying? So with this said, it's going to be snowing in Mile High, bro. Ain't nothing cute about that. It's going to be a dogfight, and I think this is going to be an ambush. I really think the Broncos defensively going to just crush Arizona and Kyler Murray, man. So look for Russell Wilson to have a huge game and look defensively for the Broncos to be all over Kyler Murray, man, and a big victory for the Denver Broncos. Week 16, the Broncos travel to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Terrible situation. This is Russell Wilson's nemesis. Everybody got a kryptonite. This is Russell Wilson's kryptonite. Aaron Donald and Sean McVay and the Los Angeles Rams. This dude just can't beat him. Trust me, I'm here in Seattle for all these years, and I used to see the Rams and Aaron Donald just beat fucking Russell Wilson. Seem like every freaking time they play each other. So I don't see anything changes. I think Aaron Donald's going to do what Aaron Donald does against Russell. Get like 3 sacks. Hey, Denver, you all don't know about this, but you're going to see. I don't care if it's a Denver jersey, if it's a Seattle jersey. When Aaron Donald play against Russell Wilson, that's the number one guy he sacked the most. It's like meat. He's like, yeah, barbecue chicken, baby. He's like, yeah, Russ. So I anticipate Aaron Donald to have a big game, the defense to have a big game, and for Russell Wilson to have a horrible game, probably his worst game of his Denver Broncos tenureship, and which will result in a loss for the Denver Broncos against the defending Super Bowl champions. Week 17 at Kansas City, I think the Chiefs are going to get their face back. It's going to be another dogfight. Obviously, this is the second time around. I think the Chiefs are going to try to understand exactly, anticipate what the Broncos are trying to do offensively as well as defensively. And once again, I think the Chiefs are going to use and execute their power running game in this the second time around. And I think the Chiefs' big, massive offensive line is going to be the reason why and the catalyst and why the Denver Broncos are going to lose this game on the road against Kansas City Chiefs. Week 18, they finish up at home hosting the Los Angeles Chargers, Brandon Staley and company, man. This is going to be a big game, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to sweep them. Like I said, roster-wise, I don't think the Chargers are built to beat the Broncos. They're more built to maybe beat the Chiefs more than the Broncos because that's what they're competing. I think Russell Wilson and company, you could have 2 edge rushers. He live up that, you know what I'm saying, the off-script play. So with that said, the Broncos will win the last game of the season against the Los Angeles Chargers. And plus, at the end of the day, you know the Chargers don't want to come out to play in Denver, man. And it's probably going to be 10 degrees. It's probably going to be a blizzard out there, man. So I see the Chargers losing a game, the last game of the regular season. So with that said, the Denver Broncos' first inaugural season with Russell Wilson and company, they will finish 11-6. So the Broncos 2022 schedule prediction is 11-6. Y'all know the drill, man. It's the G to the U to the R to the U. You like this, love this, share this. Broncos country, let's ride.